before you begin, I would appreciate your comments being restricted to 3 minutes because we have a number of people who want to speak to this and other issues this morning. We want to get through everyone, so
right.
you can be concise.
I'll shoot for 2. Board President, members of the board, Neil, good morning. My name is Dan Zalco. I'm PSU's Transportation Planner and Director, and I'm here on behalf of the university at the request of our President, Vim Vivel, and our Vice President, Lindsay DeRoche. Well, first of all, I wanted to welcome you to the university. I hope everything is as planned. But second, wanted to share with you our strong support for this project. And my comments will have a lot of similarity to those that you heard from Brian Newman. One is about our partnerships with TriMet. As you know, PSU and TriMet have worked closely together for many years. And this has included planning the development of the Urban Plaza, bus and light rail stops. Recently, the development of a bike garage that's open to the public as part of the mall project. The space for 80 bikes. We filled it within 1 month of opening it 6 months ago. And then also serving on advisory committees, our faculty conduct research with TriMet on operational efficiencies, and the list goes on. And PSU and TriMet have grown significantly. The light rail system and TriMet are on the same path in the last 12 years. Our population has grown from 20 to 30,000 students in that time. Primary node of activity 12 years ago was the park blocks. It has since become the Urban Plaza, the only place in the region where the light rail, bus mall, and streetcar intersect. And looking at a few similar OHSU, also about 50% of our commuters arrive by transit, and only 25% drive alone. And this is flipped from about 10 years ago when about 50% drove alone. And this is in no small part to the expansion of the light rail system. We're now working with TriMet. We've been planning a new development at College and Jackson and 5th and 6th, which is the last stop on the mall that was delayed until 2012 because it's going to be built in conjunction with a 15-story housing building. It's going to hold 900 students and 2 floors of retail and academic space and light rail stations on either side of it. And looking to the future, the first stop on the way to Milwaukee is Lincoln Station, where we have a 4-acre site. Our redevelopment plans are on the same path as the light rail station. We hope to develop about 1 million square feet of space, conference, academic, retail, and a significant amount of housing, and a very impressive pedestrian and transit-oriented development. Currently, we have about 200 parking spaces at that property, and I don't anticipate there being more than that at the end of the day. The next stop, which Brian spoke to, is the Life Sciences in South Waterfront, where the Life Sciences building that we're working with OHSU on. Very important that this is, in all the plans, one of the reasons we're going there is going to be a 2-minute light rail line from the heart of PSU to this building, which is crucial to its development. And then, of course, the bridge and the rest of the line providing tremendous access for the PSU community. And not only for transit, our bike ridership has gone from 3 to 11% in 10 years. Where we see the most potential for growth is southeast down to Milwaukee, and the bridge is a major reason for this. So I'll close and just reiterating our very strong support, and we know PSU and TriMet both are in difficult financial times right now, but we also know that development and expansion needs to continue for the benefit of this region. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask, let's run into time if you can.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Bethel.
Dan?
I think we have a board member that has a question.
Oh, yes.
I just one question for you. What would be the impact if the line stopped today?
The impact is where and how we grow. For example, that 4-acre site, we anticipate that being the next node of activity, in part because of the light rail. And so our development may be different. We have a lot of development opportunities in the university district in addition to that site. So where and how we develop will be different. And then also with the South Waterfront site, our development thoughts and partnerships with OHSU may be a little different if light rail does not go there as well.
Just a quickie,
Yes.
is PSU now the biggest university we have in the state?
Yes.
Yeah.
By head count, yes.
Yeah.
Which is the most important number.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know it's also, I think, our top 4 stops on our system, all associated with the issue. Thank you. Mike O'Connor, welcome.
Thanks.
Mike is from the Brooklyn Neighborhood Association?
Yes, Board President, members, Mike O'Connor, Chair of the Brooklyn Action Corps Neighborhood Association, and just wanted to stop by and express our support for the project. We've been impressed by the design standards and the involvement that's been extended to the opportunity to involvement that's been extended to our neighborhood association during the whole planning process. And one of the big benefits that we see and that has been incorporated into the environmental impact statement is the establishment of a quiet zone for not only the light rail trains, but for the freight system between OMSI and all the way through the Brooklyn neighborhood to the Brooklyn yards. And in the last few years, the trains have actually gotten louder because of the federal law has changed and required them to honk at a louder volume. And as part of this infrastructure system, we're going to be able to establish additional infrastructure at the crossings to allow the trains to come through without having a honk. And this is going to be a huge benefit for not only the Brooklyn neighborhood, but for Hosford, Abernathy, and Ladd's Addition area. Huge livability improvement, and that's just one aspect that we're really excited about. We're also excited about everything that everyone else has said about the project, and we've been advocating for light rail for 20 years. We're excited about the opportunity for new development down along 17th Avenue, and that's about it. We just want to let you know that everyone I'm also the webmaster, everyone that comments on the web page is very supportive of the project, so we just wanted to encourage you to approve it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Patricia. Arnie Panitch?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, to Neil McFarland, members of the board, and TriMet. My name is Arnold Panitch, and I live in southwest Portland. I came here today on a TriMet bus. As a member of your Committee on Accessible Transportation, I'd like to talk to you about access issues for those who have mobility problems and really need this light rail line, Portland and Milwaukee and beyond. In light of the 20th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, Portland is a model of implementation of access. As you know, we recently hosted the Rail Evolution Conference, where our guests had opportunities to view firsthand what we are doing in transit. At issue is really good design. To me, this means, I'm going to list these things and leave this with your clerk. It means proper ramps, it means elevators, it means shelters, it means garbage cans, it means handrails, audible cues for the blind, and collector buses to bring riders to the platforms. It means having proper sloping ramps onto the trains, and it means having ample space designated on the trains with good signs to accommodate our riders. It means proper training of our train operators to ensure safety, and it means proper awareness, which is widely shared. It means your understanding of the civil rights values involved as reflected in these designs. So we have the ADA to support us. We have engineers that know how to make it ADA accessible. As we've learned from BART in San Francisco in the 1970s, people who are old like me and people with mobility limitations prefer to be in an integrated transit system. We prefer not to be limited to the paratransit if we can be boarded on the fixed lines. A TriMet that serves the least able is a TriMet to which we can all be proud. Thus, every time TriMet has built a new rail line, it has reduced the need for other means of mobility among the elderly and disabled. It frees us from the worry of driving, parking, or making appointments for rides, and terrible segregation. It integrates us into the soup of our community, much like the reforms that have been done years ago in education, hotels, restaurants, or the workplace. The experts call this universal design. TriMet carries everybody to work, to school, to the grocery, to recreation, and to the theater. It carries me to my volunteer jobs, and it carried me here today. Thank you for your support of the light rail line of Portland-Milwaukie.
Thank you for your presentation. Appreciate it.